Hello, folks. What's up? How's it going? I hope you're all doing great today. Today, I thought it might be fun to... I guess this is definitely a walk down memory lane for most of us, but for any new players out there, it might be kind of helpful, but I don't know how many new players there are these days. But hey, I just thought it would be kind of fun to go and reminisce about standalone arena bait champions. Like when you go into, arena and you see just like a singular champion sitting there and you're like, oh, cool, free win. But it's not actually a free win. You know what I'm talking about? So I just thought that would be a bit fun. So, obviously, like, forget about all your new teams and everything. I am talking about, like, maybe your team is like this. Like, just picture yourself as a bright new player, with big hopes and dreams in Raid Shadow Legends. You may have something like maybe this, or at least this is what I had, and then I think I literally just had like some uncommon or something. Actually, no, this is what I had. This was my team. Where is my girl here? Girl, where are you? Okay, this Deliana was the free champion while I was new. So I'm talking about like this is your team. Okay, like forget about all of the lovely new champions you have now. So, standalone champions who could definitely kill this team. These aren't really in any particular order. I wrote a little list here. It's just, this is the list, or this is the order I thought of them in. By the way, I'm excluding mythical champs because that would just be boring and the entire list would be overrun by them. But yeah, basically, if you're new, don't click on any red mythical champs. They will, 99% chance, kill you. Okay, bye. So the first one is the classic. This champion probably came out around the time I started playing, which is Hephraak. And the big thing was you would have Hephraak, and then you would just put a, common champion, level 1 champion next to him. And you would have him in the 2-turn Stone Skin, because the passive is, whenever an ally is killed by an enemy, instantly activates the Hephraak Scorn skill without putting the skill on cooldown. So, and then of course, the Hephraak Scorn attacks all enemies, places an extra hit on targets with less than 50% HP after the first hit. Each hit will ignore 15% of the target's defense. So basically, you get baited, essentially. You kill the uncommon champion standing next to him. Your entire team gets absolutely demolished by the Hephraak Scorn, the double hit with the built-in 15% ignore defense, and you die. So naturally learned that one the hard way. Do not click on those unless you are able. Fortunately, for most people nowadays, these probably aren't scary teams. But yeah, if you're a new player, definitely don't click on that. Personal favorite of mine. Next one, same section actually. Mr. Mortu-Macaab. Big fan. This would also be like the 2-turn Stone Skin situation. Probably just standalone him, your poor little champions, your poor little Kale, War Master, Deacon Armstrong, Deliana. You have no choice but to just keep hitting this guy, which will activate his passive. Attacks one enemy 2 times, will ignore shield and block damage buffs, as well as defense. Enemies killed by this skill cannot revive. So this is just a classic one. Again, this is definitely one that I learned the hard way. You should not fight this champion unless your team is able. Again, nowadays, this is not something I fear, and this is actually still a champion I really like using in live arena and tag team. Big fan. So yeah, to this day, this could get you the peril. This is also the boss of campaign, if maybe you remember that also. So yeah, super fun champion. personal fave, but very scary to fight against. Next one is a little bit more uncommon, just due to the void rarity and whatnot. And definitely, this is another one that I learned the hard way. So, I don't have this champion. I have most of these. So, wait. Oh yeah, he's like a lizard, actually. Okay, I thought he was always a skinwalker. Okay, so this is actually Chaagur. Yeah, I remember I was living with a friend who played this game, and this is why I started playing. And I remember just like yelling to him from the other room. I was like, hey, will my team get soloed by Chaagur? And he was like, he was clearly thinking about it, and he was like, yeah, they probably will. But, my friends, that did not stop me from clicking on this and definitely perishing. So this is a fun champion. Again, with Black Demos and everything, this isn't really a concern. But yeah, if you just have one of those kind of basic starter arena teams, this is definitely a super, super hard to deal one, because he will attack enemies with poison on them before they can take their turn. So he's going to place poison on your entire team, right? And then he has his passive where he's like going to interrupt you basically every time you try to attack. And then his A1 is asleep. So basically he's going to attack you before you can attack. He's going to put you to sleep, and then you cannot do anything. And you just get in like this horrible cycle of like being put to sleep. And yeah, so needless to say, I died. Again, this is very easily counterable by block debuffs, cleanse, stuff like that. But like when you're new, like block debuffs, what is that? Like I can't just pull block debuffs out of my butt here, guys. Like I don't have a block debuffs champ. Like, when you're new, this is actually a luxury thing to have. So Chaagur, rest in peace, my team. Next one up, this is a bit of a new one. Thankfully, this utter garbage did not exist when I was new, or else I probably would have just instantly quit the game, which is Mr. Armanz. I think, if they have like a, probably, if you're new, probably even just like a 250 speed Armanz would not have to be anything crazy, wouldn't, and then obviously a lot of people have Armanzes who are like 350, 400. I think your team could easily just get controlled to death by him. You've got the attack all, steal all the turn meter, which is also a stun. This is a steal, keep in mind, it's not just a drain, so he's cycling through his abilities incredibly quickly. He has the arena speed boost. He has, the passive, can increase cooldown on A1. If by chance anybody's actually going to take a turn, he can just sheep them. Like, I think this could easily manhandle like a decent team, much less a kind of new player team. So yeah, if you see Standalone Armanz, I'm sure he's built well enough to easily just control your new team to death. So again, I'm sure this is one that new players are learning the hard way. This is another one that I, just kind of clicked on and learned about. We're going to Undead Hordes. Actually just pulled this champion myself recently, so I can finally join, the club. It's Mashald, lovingly called McSalad by the community. And basically what this dude is, this would be the ability right here. So he's going to increase speed himself, increase crit damage himself. He's going to place a True Fear and a Leech on everybody. He's going to get an extra turn after he does this. Then he's going to use this ability. And let me tell you, this is definitely just going to kill you. That's going to kill whoever he attacks. And then, keep in mind, he has increased speed. And then the A1, he will attack anybody under a leech, and he put leech on all of you. So yeah, he can very, very quickly cycle through his abilities, kill your entire team. Once again, learned that the hard way, So yeah, if you see Standalone Mashald and you're new, be wary. He's probably faster than you. He's probably going to cycle through his abilities quicker, and he probably does mega damage. I was having like a lot of fun with him. I tried him out in my lowest level Hydra team, like my hard Hydra team, and yeah, he was doing large damages against the heads. So I can only imagine against your poor Kale and War Maiden. So be wary of that one. But again, super, super fun champ. Big fan. I like a lot of these champions. They're a little scary. The next one, we'll kind of bunch these two together. So this is just bomb champions. I definitely remember encountering these for the first time when I was new. Definitely the big ones are gonna be Gaius and Mr. Rat King. These are definitely gonna be the big ones. And basically, these are both just very, very good champions at killing you with bombs before you personally can react. So, like, just kind of thinking about your new team, maybe you have like 200 speed or something if you're lucky, but, you're definitely gonna, like, somebody's Rat King, mine's not amazing or anything, but I'm at like 240 here. So, yeah, like, if you encounter the king of the rats, who is faster than you, he is just going to place 2 bomb debuffs on all of you, and then he's going to get an extra turn. And what he's going to do with his extra turn is he is going to decrease the detonation countdown of all of the bomb debuffs by 1 turn. And so that means that when you take your turn, the bomb is going to detonate and you're going to die. So yes, like basically if he attacks first and you don't have block debuffs or something, like you just all die. There's nothing you can do. Like even today in like a live arena or something, you could get like last picked by a bomb champ that you didn't really think to counter, like it'll happen. It's out there. So much less your new team. And then let's go back to Gaius. Also, Knights Rev, right? Yeah, let's go back to him. He has kind of a similar thing going on. So basically, he is going to put the bombs on you, and then he's going to put you to sleep. So it's really similar to the Rat King thing because it means you're asleep, right? So you can't react on your next turn, which means that, when it gets to the turn after that, this is going to detonate and you are going to die. Again, I learned this one the hard way for sure. Stone Skin was popular on this champion back in the day. I don't know what the peeps are building nowadays. This is definitely this is probably a bit old school. Probably don't see that many standalone Gaiuses anymore, but respect to anybody out there with the standalone. Classic Gaius. Again, always gotta respect it. Next one that I put, this is kind of a niche one, but I think definitely capable of killing your entire new player team, is Samson the Masher. Again, this would be like a 2-turn Stone Skin situation. So basically here it's the passive. So he's kind of like a crit counter basically. So in arena, like probably your entire team, like in that, kind of War Maiden, Kale, Deliana situation that we're talking about, like most of your champions have 100% crit rate. So basically, he's guaranteed to counterattack the attacker when he gets hit with a critical hit. And even if it wasn't a critical hit, he has a 50% chance to just counterattack anyway. And then his A1 has a stun. So yeah, that's really fun. I'm sure you can kind of see, the wheels turning. You can see how that could turn out very poorly for teams who aren't equipped. And then, you know, this is before he even gets to his turn. Like, he's probably sitting there super slow in Stone Skin. And then he does have self buff, self, and then, you know, big nuke by the time it finally gets to his actual turn, instead of just counterattacking you repeatedly. So yeah, that one is a bit niche, but yeah, that's a fun one. I really like that champion. He's super fun to use, and in Curse City and stuff, I enjoy when I get to use mine. And I have just randomly picked it in you know, some arena, surprising some people with that one. So let's stay in the same section here. I don't have this champion yet, but yeah, definitely be cautious of Marius if you see this one as a new player and you're standalone. Everything he does is attack all enemies. He has a very good passive, you know, immune to turn meter reduction, decreased speed. He'll counterattack if you attempted to decrease his turn meter, like with your deacon or something, and like he might literally just like kill you all with that enfeeble, which means you can't crit. So yeah, I can definitely see the standalone Marius easily taking care of like a newer player arena team. So definitely watch out for that one. Big damage coming out from the horsey here. He has legs though. It's like a horse with legs. I don't know, but all right. So and then let's go back to Knight's Revenant again. This is definitely another one of those, like, only learned it by clicking on it. This is Arix. Again, this is maybe, you know, I don't see this one that much anymore. I occasionally see her in people's tag teams, but this is a classic. This is definitely a classic. Okay, so the Ally Protect counterattack. This is an HP nuker, first of all. So gonna be super mega ultra tanky. Places the counterattack, Ally Protect. And then yeah, again, this is everything she does is an attacks all. She has an attack all stun, transfer debuffs. Her A1 might just remove buffs. Like people put her in a stun set, and this stuff like does big damage. Fills the turn meter by 5% each time an ally inflicts a I guess that doesn't matter in a standalone. But yeah, it heals her when you're hitting critical hits. It's like, yeah, this can actually be devastating. Like I definitely had my new team soloed by an Arix because she puts on the counterattack, and then she just keeps counterattacking with her A1, and it's probably the stun set. So rest in peace to your team. All right, so that was actually the end of my little list there. Please let me know who I forgot. I tried to look through everything, and these were like the most common ones I could think of. But yeah, I'm sure I forgot somebody. So just let me know, who did you get soloed by when you were new? Oh, and then just as a final thought, yeah, I excluded mythicals from this list, but yeah, just don't click on any of the red people. They will definitely kill you. Like 95% of mythicals, if not all of them, could probably like easily solo your team. So yeah, just avoid those. I thought it would be more fun to keep it to just Legos, because Legos, and you know, if there were any epics, I couldn't really think of any. Maybe like Skullcrown or something. Maybe that would have been a good one, but oh yeah, maybe let's do the Skullcrown. I think I've probably run into that once or twice. You know, little honorable mention, Skullcrown here, and it's kind of like the same situation with Leorius, right? Like they can't be killed because of their passive. So yeah, placing you've got like big damage nuke, you've got the double hit A1 if they have more than 50% HP, really, really hard hitting ability, and then she can't be killed. So if you just have like kind of one of those new teams, you don't have like buff removal, you're not tanky, yeah, she might kill you before she can actually die. And then speed aura, always handy as well. But yeah, don't click on mythical people, you know, if you're new, avoid those. But all right, as always, you guys, thank you for taking the time to check out the video, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.